Just say it, 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 just say it.
Just say it!
Hey, Trey, you see that bitch over there? I see her. Now that's a lady. I bet you I get her number. Nigga, you ain't getting nobody's number. Fool, watch me. Hey, sweetheart. Break yourself! Give me your goddamn number. Come on, hurry up. Come on. Cool. So, I'm giving you a call about 5 o'clock, all right? Sit, all right?
Yeah.
All right, sweetheart. Take care of yourself, all right? I told you I'd get the number.
A few things. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So here we go.
Okay. Let's go.
So yeah, do you have what's on anything on your mind? Anything on your mind?
Damn.
That you want to talk about? You want to share about? Know what I mean? Around these girls out here, man. About this love life, about this thing, man. Know what I mean?
Damn. What am I gonna share about?
Should girls approach guys more?
That's an interesting one. First move.
Do you think it always has to be the guy? You think the girl should do it sometimes too? Well, not should, but like,
Well,
could take the risk as well.
I'm gonna be frank with you. The ones who have, well, any girl who's made the first move has always got as far as they've wanted to get with me. So I think I respect that highly. Like, I find it very attractive if a girl says it how it is and makes that initial move and is like really straight up and down with it. Like, yeah, I like you, Mike. Like,
Yeah.
making it very clear she likes me. Like, none of this like, oh, he has to do this and then I'll do this. I played my hair so he thinks I like him, and then he will know that there's a good chance to come in. And that girls that expect a guy to do this and this.
Yeah.
I need a guy that makes the first move who's strong. You could just grab me and kiss me. Like, that girls that do that. Like, I get where you're coming from, innit? Like, yeah, that would be really romantic, right? Or that would be really like, a manly thing to do. But
yeah, what, who says that's really a manly thing to do?
Exactly, man. But I know many girls that have obviously, like, with all the girls that I know.
I get the appeal about the fact that they're being led and they don't have to make any real rational decision or even choice, in a sense of where they could be left open to getting a no. It's just that whole, I suppose, being swept off your feet.
Exactly.
Which is fed from day one. From day one, when they enter into this world, it's fed. The princess, all that sort of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with if you value yourself highly, that's not an issue. But there's some.
Yeah, there's a difference between valuing yourself highly and being told you're a princess, and
like having a complex about it.
Yeah.
And then being a fixed way or thinking things can only happen, they can only go in one fixed way.
Exactly.
I find some of that a turn off, actually. There was one girl who the Italian girl that I mentioned to you about before. She came round and cooked her dinner. She was going on about how, she's a princess, and like that like for a period of time in her life, as well, she was her only child, so she was related to and regarded as the princess. I'm an only child. I mean, I'm not saying my mum probably hasn't related to me as, yeah, you're a prince, actually, you're a king, like, in terms of valuing yourself in that way, but it was never a thing where she's like, prince. It was not like that. So but I find like with girls more, they have this whole, yeah, I'm a princess, I'm this, I'm that, you know, you got to treat me in a particular way because I'm this princess, like, you know.
The key word to use there though, bro. Girls.
Yeah, but what guy, what I mean, I don't know any guys that go, I mean, now obviously I don't date guys, but in terms of male friends, I don't know any guys that go around like, yep, I'm a prince, so you, like, you know, alright.
No,
some guys might go around as,
no,
as
I
a
mean,
king.
women like, there's girls and there's women, blood.
Oh, Skeen, I missed that bit.
You missed it,
that's
blood.
a good point. Yeah, but this girl was my age, man. She's 28.
Girls.
I mean,
Okay, you could be a 32 girl, 32-year-old girl. You could be a 50-year-old girl, man. Raggo.
you know, like I'm all for like you valuing yourself and relating to yourself as royalty. That's all gravy, but like when it occurs to me, like, I don't know what the word is as well. There's a way of being that connotation can have with some girls, and it's not even a thing where they I don't want to say dependent. That's not even it. Like, that's not. It's just there's like an attitude kind of that goes with it, and not a rank attitude, just. And it's not even a spoiled attitude.
It's just an attitude that you're not attracted to.
There's like an immatureness around it. Oh, and that's a turn off for me, man. I mean, especially when women are meant to be more mature, like supposedly meant to be more mature than guys, right?
I just love these facts, man.
I can say for sure, like, so far in my life, out of the girls that I've spent time with, so whether that's like in a romantic sense or friends socializing, and I'm talking about, let's say, girls who are either around my age, so let's say 5 to 6 years younger or 5 to 6 years older. So in that bracket, I can say like I've been more mature than probably 95% of them. I think it's even higher than that. Like, there's not one girl in particular that comes to mind.
But what's that based on?
It's based on my perception of what mature. What I would.
What you'd say is mature. What's
yeah, what I would deem as mature with a girl, and I think that comes down, like, a lot of that comes down to. I mean, a lot of what I'd base that down is like how they are, like part of their way of being, how they deal with things, how they respond and approach things. Is one way where I come up with that interpretation, and then the other is how they relate and express what it is that they want in love, in their love life.
And what they're wanting is the fairy tale. Is that what you mean?
No, it's not even like, it's okay if they want the fairy tale. Like, on one level, everyone, I mean, this is I'm generalizing big, but even with men as well, I'm sure they like the idea of the fairy tale, in the sense of, you know, being there for the woman and protecting her, keeping her safe and supporting her, and growing together. Like, I think everyone, like, that idea can be appealing to everyone, but where it might change is whether then that individual believes that can happen, or obviously whether they actually want that or not. But yeah, it's not necessarily if it's just a fairy tale they want, it's just the way they might express something, because they might not express that they want the fairy tale, they might just express that they want to sleep around. or let's say not sleep around, like sleep around, be single, whatever it is. It's not so much what they're saying, it's more how they express it, like the place that it occurs to me, that I would say that I sense that they're coming from. And like my pet peeve, man, my pet peeve is, and I have been coached around this a few times. I've been coached around, huh?
Pet peeve, should we talk about that?
Yeah, alright, we can. Yeah, I don't mind.
Oh, I think that could be one, man.
Well, one of my pet peeves is when girls always when they fish for attention or validation. I find it's such a turn off for me, and that's because of what I've related to, or maybe they're being a bit insecure, blah blah blah. And then I've had like a few coached or a few friends who've pointed out or suggested to me, like, Ash, have you ever thought that the reason why they might want your attention or your validation or approval is because they like you, or because they're attracted to you? And it never hit me in that sense to look at it from that point of view. I remember when my friend first said that to me, I was like a bit speechless for a bit, because I was like, oh yeah, I never saw it from that way, because I just saw it as, you know, they need and I'm just like, yo, chillax, like, stop needing. So yeah, like, and I don't know if that's something that's down to social conditioning, if that could be linked to the whole thing about them making the first move too. Because when you think about it, right, someone making the first, whether it is a female or male, making the first move, like in terms of whether it's asking someone out, whether it's to kiss, whether it's to initiate a sexual experience, like let's take those. It could be many other things as well, like even cooking for someone, all of those, but let's take those ones I've just mentioned for now. It takes something, no matter how comfortable someone might feel about themselves and within themselves, it still takes something to put your heart out there, put yourself out there, every time. And when you're putting your heart out there, you're giving, you're expressing out, versus taking in. And so if we look at it from this standpoint of guys generally making the first move first, whether that be they go and approach, like they see the girl and they go and approach, even though the girl's seen him as well, or they make the first move in terms of kissing or offering a drink or asking out, the guy is giving something out, and then obviously the girl is choosing to take in or not. And so in a way, like girls could kind of get used to taking. Now I know there will probably be a lot of girls that will be like, what are you talking about? I give so much. Oh my god, like da da da. And also a lot of girls potentially, like how they experience it, and they might see it is when a guy is actually coming to approach them or ask them out, actually might not occur to them that the guy is actually giving a part of themselves to them. It might actually occur as if the guy is wanting to try and take something from them. The whole thing of, you're only coming to me because you want the pom pom, basically, or you want something from me, that's why you're here. They might have that occurring.
And then that's when you have to draw for the so what, blood?
So what? Just saying.
No, but on a serious note, man, I feel like a bit of a hypocrite now. Now that you're talking about that,
okay,
I feel a bit hypocritical now, because what's there to say that she has to make the first move? It's like I'm just as bad as they are, but expecting them, okay, I'm on Tinder, I'm swiping yes to every girl, then the matches come up, I'm like, I'm not going to message any of these girls. I'll wait for one to come through first, and when she messages, I will respond. But how many girls out there doing exactly the same thing I've just done?
A lot of them.
And what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that because I'm doing it.
Yeah, there's not anything.
They're choosing to do it as well. They're choosing the same.
But with them, it might be because they're used to that. Because they're used to it's usually the guy first, or they will have.
It might be because their context is that a guy should do it first.
Yeah.
But my thing is not that a girl should do it first. It's just that, well, why don't you do it first?
Yeah.
Or better yet, just I will prefer if that will give me clarity more that you are on this thing more. Is if you write first.
Well, maybe.
But then again, it's tricky because man, if a girl's too on it. Have you ever had experience where a girl's like so on it that you get a bit put off? Like you're like, whoa, like this is a bit too easy. Like, she's really a bit too forward here. Like you know, like how a guy would make the move to do something, then but if a girl was to do that, or female, like, I'm not saying girl, woman, whatever.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like, damn, like I don't know if I'm feeling this, man, because that initial chase that you do as a guy is a little bit more appealing?
Nah.
You've never had that?
No, I mean, I'm not saying I've never had it. I mean, when I have, it might be I'm not really.
It's been irrelevant at the point.
Yeah, and I might not.
It's kind of just been a thought.
Yeah, and I might not have been as attracted. I might have only been like a little bit attracted to them. So then I'd be like, oh, yeah. Then I might be like that. Whereas if I was really attracted to them and that was happening, I would just be appreciating it.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm not on the chase. Like I know there are some guys. Pet peeve, some guys they actually they enjoy the chase. They actually enjoy it. Like they get a thrill out of it, and girls get a thrill out of it too. For me, I'm just like, not for me. No, thank you. Keeping it simple, pimple, right here. I'm here. You're there. I'm feeling you. Are you feeling me? Cool. Let's spend time together. Like that. Like, and then let's see what unfolds, and we keep doing that. Versus, oh God, let me not message her for a couple of days. Let me just let her sweat out, or let me not respond to him for like so and so time, or let me just let him know. You know, I might have some other guys. Like, I'm just like,
trust me, I ain't got time.
Do that with the guys who want to play that. Yeah.
Trust me, waiting list. Don't get the T-shirt. Waiting list. It's all about waiting list, Ash, man. Like, it's really about the waiting list, man. Like, certain girls have to go on the waiting list. I don't care what anyone thinks right now, man. It's the one. Yeah. Waiting list is the one right now.
Yeah.
That is the journey I'm on. Waiting list, blurred.
I'm not like I hear that about have like the waiting list, but it's like it's not. Yeah, I hear that, but it's also it's like, but when you're obviously your focus is on the ones that are on the now list, the here and now list, then the waiting list kind of becomes. It's not. It doesn't really exist. It exists.
It's not even a waiting list.
Yeah, it's just like.
But if you want to choose a name for it, you will call it a waiting list, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is no real name for it.
It's like
what? Yeah, I hear you.
But I get what you mean, because like, I do kind of get what you mean as well, because there's some girls who you are still interested in, even when they're like, oh, I'll have to let you know, or like, I'm not sure about this time, or blah blah, like da da da. So I do get, like, obviously you're not fully archiving them. Yeah, you're like, all right, let me give you a few.
But I don't know about you, but I'm feeling like what's taking place here with that is testing how much you're on them. So like, I want to see how much he wants me. It's like, I don't even know you enough to see how much I want you.
But even if I
have to spend time with you more to know if it's worth wanting to be with you as much as, you know, like, for example, someone I'm seeing at the moment.
Yeah.
There's more of a intention to want to see her more now, because I've seen her more often than anyone else.
Yeah.
So that gives her an opportunity for me to now be more intrigued by what she does, and take that and make that little bit extra effort, like, hey, so what you up to tonight, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas you've just met a girl on one day and it's like, I just want to see how much he wants this. It's like, hold on, like, got a few more dates yet until I start being on that level, like. And yeah, maybe it might come across like that in the first couple of dates, that where I really feel like, you know what, I want to see this person more. Yeah. But as a whole, you can't really get so gassed from the very beginning. The first interaction can't really be that much of a, like, I don't know, I really need to see this girl again, man. Second date has to happen. If it doesn't happen, I'm gonna feel like it's the worst thing ever. No. It's like I really can just, like, now I really feel like I can be okay with meeting a girl on one day, and if it doesn't really feel like I want to be in touch with her again, I can literally just never not even send her, hey, how's things going, how's life. I can really just be like, I didn't even ever speak to this girl beforehand, I never even went on the first date with her. I can really be in that mode, and it seems cold, but it's just, there's so much more fish in the sea. It's not like I'm just sprawling out for loads of different girls. Like, it's not that. It's just really about, like, this girl seems more appealing to me at the moment. This girl, it seems like it's too much of an added effort to try and get to know you. I want it to be more natural. And it's not natural. So let's just not be in touch. Like, let's just both agree that we're not in touch now, because there isn't any real reason for us to be in touch anymore. And that is okay. It's perfect. It's like, so what? But yeah, that's, I guess, my thoughts on the whole. What the fuck was I just talking about, bro? What was I just talking about?
We were talking about partially the waiting list, but you were saying basically not feeling obliged to have to stay in touch with someone after first meeting with them and stuff, and like not getting too gassed about you've got to meet them straight after, once
that they want to see how much you want
to test it. For me, like, I'm just like, if you're doing that, I'm gonna fail that test, like, pure and simple, because I'm not even taking it, so I'm gonna fail it straight off, because they're not. But and then my ego comes in, because to me that's an ego thing. So my ego would come in and just be like, well, wait, why are you testing me to see what about you? If like, why don't you let me know if you're really like, and when that comes up and I'm aware of it and I catch it, I just gotta let it go as much as I can, because then it just becomes unnecessary, and then that experience of effort, and I am just all about experiencing that like having those nice experiences. And I'm like, if you want to have a nice experience together, let's have a nice experience together, and if you want to have another one, let's have another one, and let's keep having nice experiences together. And if you're not a match to that, that's not a problem, because there will be plenty. And when I say plenty, that doesn't mean because there'll be loads. I mean that in sense of the quality. When I say plenty, there'll be plenty of females that are a match, and it could just be 2, it could just be 1. At one point, I mean, for me, in terms of my journey, it will be 1 in that sense, in that context. Or it doesn't mean I will never have nice experiences with a girl again once I'm in a relationship, but I mean the way we will have a nice experience will vary and be different, partially because of me being in a relationship, and because of the kind of relationship I imagine myself to be in. So there'll be certain things that like won't go down when I'm in a relationship. But for the time being, while I'm not in one, it's all gravy, like with every single one or just one. And it's that simple. Like, let's have some nice experiences. If you want to have it, let's go. If not, take care. Take care, have a gorgeous life. I wish you the best. Like, it's really that simple for me. And I find, and I'm not saying guys might not do it too, but again, I've never
Guys definitely
dated a guy, so I don't know what it's like from the female point of view. Like really know what it's like. Have a tiny bit of understanding because of the complaints that I've heard girls say about some guys, but like it's meant to it's just meant to be simple. We're just meant to have fun. Let's have fun and enjoy. Like whether that's you being single in a relationship or not, like it doesn't need to have all this complicated stuff. Like things are gonna happen anyway, which are gonna cause you both to have to deal with challenges. Like that's what happens in life. You don't need to like add extra stuff to it, and which I would, and if it's added stuff to I call that, I make that being unnecessary. Pardon me. So yeah, like it really is that simple.
Simple. But how do you feel about like for example sayings like she's wearing the trousers in a relationship, like things like that? something as general as that.
Yeah.
That, where did that come from? What's that got to do with anything? Well, she's wearing the trousers. So what's it like wearing the trousers? Like, what is it? What does that mean? What does that actually mean, though?
What, the whole trousers thing? Well,
she's wearing the trousers in a relationship.
Well, I take that to, I take that to mean just somewhat the person is more of the leader or the dominant.
Oh, so
the say so.
The leader, yeah. The leader's a man in a relationship then.
Well, that's been like from. Well, I mean.
Peak.
In terms of society from way back, like that's what has been promoted. Hence, probably how. Well, I mean, I don't really know that much about feminism, exactly. But that's probably why partly how feminism arose, because obviously women wanted equality, but like it's not about like just because you're a man that means you're the leader or you're the no. We can have it equal, and you know some people who are in relationships, they're completely happy. Like some women are completely happy if it is the man that just completely takes the lead as dominant, or there are some guys who are completely happy if it's the woman, and there are some people who would prefer it to be equal. But for me, I'm just like, it's. I know it's easier said than done, but all those labels don't help. Because it's like what you said. Sorry, I know you're trying to say it, but remember it was a while back when you're talking about partnership versus relationship. Like for me, like if those labels aren't there, then it's like inside of the partnership context that you said, you're both just working together, and you're both bringing your strengths and supporting each other, and you're both going to have different strengths.
Exactly. And when you talk about strengths,
yeah,
I feel like I would like a woman, a strong woman. I think that'd be the more suited woman for me. Is a stronger woman, not like so strong as in like beat me up. Like, what I mean, like,
let's have an arm wrestle might today. Come on, let's see if you can beat me.
Like,
see if you can beat me tonight, yeah?
Yeah, better flex it.
Confident, have a trial.
Yeah, don't need a violent one. Peak. Now what I mean is like,
but sorry, I just got to chime in here. When you say strong, right, and when you said like because you're relating that some of that you're just relating to violent, because they could be like occur as the sweetest taboo. It's the sweetest thing, right? And if that button is switched, they go raggo.
Yeah, knife gets drawn out.
Lads,
shanking your ribs.
Lads. I'm saying that from my own experience, blood.
That is even not in the
got the mark on my arm. Still, which will never go. From punching the window, blood.
Peak.
Because when I saw her face like that, in that moment, her face was a beautiful target.
Oh my god.
I really do feel like an angel was holding my arm back in that moment, and then I was just like, I just need to release it, and my window was there, and for some reason I didn't think my arm would go through, but it did. So well, yeah, my point was that because that's like in terms of a different topic. That can be like even about relationships, like unhealthy ones and healthy ones. And even though I would call that an unhealthy one, that I don't regret it at all. Like I've learned so much from it. But just saying in terms of like what you're saying about the violent and the strong, like they can occur really cute and sweet. And I suppose because they're just human, right? They're human, so they can be any way. Just like same with a guy. We're human. We can be really like loving and great and amazing, and we can be real jerks and angry or depressed.
Just say, I'm listening. Just say, I'm listening. Just say, I'm listening.
Just say it!
Hey, Trey, you see that bitch over there? I see her. Now that's a lady. I bet you I get her number. Nigga, you ain't getting nobody's number. Fool, watch me. Hey, sweetheart. Break yourself! Give me your goddamn number. Come on, hurry up. Come on. Cool. So, I'm giving you a call about 5 o'clock, all right? Sit, all right?
Yeah.
All right, sweetheart. Take care of yourself, all right? I told you I'd get the number.
I'm listening. Just say, I'm listening. Just say, I'm listening.
Just say it!